And we know that for those who love God, all things, not some things, not most things, all things work together for good for those who are called according to His purpose. You all ready to get your Flex Friday on? Flex those spiritual muscles? Cue the intro. God is certainly the one who guided the lives of individuals such as Hannah, who we'll talk about today, Samuel, her son, David, and even the life of Saul was in God's care. The course of life is different for each individual, but the same God, not fate, consistently and graciously guides our lives. And it may not always be recognizable by us, but God's timing is always perfect because He authors history. God's saving plan is fulfilled in the day-to-day lives of human beings all around the world. For example, Hannah's difficult relationship with Peninnah eventually leads to the birth of Samuel. Here's what we read in 1 Samuel 1. Year after year, it was the same thing. Peninnah would taunt Hannah each time they went to the tabernacle, and she would be reduced to tears, and she wouldn't even eat any food. Hannah was in deep anguish as she prayed and cried bitterly to the Lord. And then she made this vow. O Lord of heaven's armies, if you look upon my sorrow and answer my prayer and give me a son, then I will give him back to you. He will be yours his entire lifetime. So you see, because Hannah was taunted by Peninnah year after year after year, she then made a vow to God to give her first son, Samuel, to him. And Samuel was the link between the judges and the kings of Israel. Saul's donkey searching, which we talked about in one of the first lessons, leads to Saul meeting Samuel. And God told Samuel to anoint Saul as Israel's very first king. David's simple chore of bringing food to his brothers enables him to see Goliath. And I think most of us know the story of David versus Goliath. Ordinary situations are the most meaningful in life. And it's in the ordinary, that God works for your good. Everything that you and I go through in life is for our betterment. God's ultimate desire is to make us more into the likeness of His Son. I mean, think about Joseph. If anyone could have been discouraged, it was Joseph. He was sold into slavery, accused of rape, and thrown into prison. Do you think there were times when Joseph looked up to heaven and said, God, why? Why is this happening to me? I'm sure there was. But if Joseph hadn't gone through his trials and hardships, he would not have been ready to be the second in command in Egypt. So I'll ask you a question. What is God doing in your life? I would be encouraged if you're going through tough times because it simply means that God is refining you. You may have found this to be true in your life, but when things are going very well, it's our human nature to be less dependent upon God. There can even be days when you don't think about Jesus and His return at all when things are running smooth, but think about how much you long for His return when things are tough. I'll leave you with this. So whether you eat or drink, whatever you do, all the ordinary things you do all to the glory of God. Enjoy your Friday, enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you Monday for your Monday motivation.